The day after its early access launch, I bought Dread Templar, and like Forgive Me Father, decided to wait for its full release, because man, once you start, you want to binge it to completion, but with Steam keeping me updated on all its content updates. Informing me last that it had completed its final level push for early access at 3 episodes. I was itching to play. Coincidentally, that's when someone left a comment that I should check the game out. That sealed the deal. It sounded like the ideal time to delve into it. Since it's still in early access, things are still in flux, and 2 more episodes will be added for a total of 5. But it's so refined and content rich, it feels complete already, and is my prevailing contender for FPS Game of the Year. In pursuit of vengeance, we have come in blood union with a being called Lord, and have undergone training to become a Dread Templar, to prepare us for entry into the Dark Realm, to rain death upon demons in wait. With such a badass premise for a retro FPS, no further context is needed. I'm sold. A brief tutorial precedes before things start in earnest, but once you emerge on that stage, it's clear. The aggression. Everything is unleashed with speed. Movement, cooldown, shooting, deaths. All to the tune of metal. Riff-laden and with synth work that will remind of Doom 2016 and the almighty Eternal. The guns, like their sounds, are powerful, leaving areas in blood and jibs in the aftermath of their use. It brings back so many fond memories of Quake. It's an exhilarating ride, averaging 5 hours, chiefly if you opt to play on Hell like I did, where low health is constant, each mistake decisive. You may have taken notice that the Templar has 2 katanas that can be combined to be thrown, and a dash on cooldowns at the bottom of the screen. But also bullet time that is recharged from demon slaying metered at the top. I'll be honest, the dual katanas are weak, so it saw rare use on enemies, but combined as a spear, it's in heavy rotation. And I didn't want to use bullet time at first since I could manage without it. But dude, it's a saving grace in episode 3. If you are one for melee though, the game has a perk system to fine-tune the Templar. Salts have to be purchased with crystals and perks found, the best ones having you venture to side areas with marked difficulty spikes. The perk system made me commit blasphemy, to prefer pump action over super shotgun. I have a penchant for switching guns, and the reload animation of the double barrel disrupts the flow. But when perks can add damage, range, and speed to the single barrel, using a not super isn't so bad. In fact, pump action, rocket launcher, and revolver are the combo. They'll be dominating. Your action's true to Dread Templar canon. Your guns are kept from one episode to the next, giving no reason for the devs to let up from the start. New enemies are introduced every episode, faster and harder to kill. With no quick saving available, relying on manual saves at checkpoints instead. You'll often be retreading ground, like this section. I get through it, but have no health to fall back on. This is an instance where I felt I didn't need bullet time. I'll reload a checkpoint. An autosave bone may be thrown before a brutal section, and you could clear an area and return back to a checkpoint to save, but it'll often come down to hoping for pickups as you soldier on. I'll say this much of Hell difficulty. If any attack can kill you, you learn to overwhelm. Trust me, no matter the odds, the Templar can overcome. Especially with weapons like this game's version of the BFG. This is officially known as the Infernal Fist. But to me, it's the Power Glove. I couldn't stop laughing from thinking of the angry video game nerd saying it against Freddy. It's the coolest of the BFGs I've seen and is true to form, annihilating everything but bosses. Per usual, ammo is rare, but it is a last resort. The vibe you get when you attain it is of an endgame. Dread Templar could have ended at episode 2 and I honestly would have found it fitting. Even if it had been a few hours, it made me happy when episode 3 hit. Oh shit, it keeps going? Hell yeah! You've endured hardship. You're ready for whatever comes. I thought anyway. This episode will summon all your skill to the fore, with enemies that can slow you down, opening the way for friends. Segments where low ammo requires you to proceed methodically, and overwhelming hordes. It may hint at what to expect from episode 4 and 5 in terms of encounters and level design. Maps could be massive. It's good and also could have finished off the game. You can easily come to forget it's still in early access, that the game isn't final already, so to know that there's still content to be added, that's insane. It gives me the feeling of a free expansion pack. Not to say Dread Templar is without issue, but the ones I found are more specific to me than its design. Having weapons like the shotguns, both mapped to the same key is cool, but in practice having bring out the wrong gun too often. The right mouse button can't switch between the two, but this highlights something else. Saves don't record the state of the katanas, defaulting to melee. I bring it up because when reloading from a checkpoint, it's the first thing I found myself preparing. Having extra dedicated keys would be awesome. When mapping the weapon changes to a more intentional one, say F, would be too, as it is easy to mistake a swap during a tense fight. Again, I feel like they're me problems, isolated stuff. The cool thing about early access though is that nothing's final, even if the experience already feels it. Of the many FPS games yet to release this year, and I have a lot on my wish list, this has become my most anticipated. We don't have much background on the Templar or why he's seeking revenge, with each episode getting progressively harder and more fulfilling to get through. So to have ways to push the envelope into 2 more episodes amazes me. I have faith developer T19 Games will deliver. No aspect of the game makes me doubt it. For anyone putting off the game for its full release, rest assured, anytime is a good time to jump in now. This game is amazing. Thanks for watching. After playing Dread Templar, I'm excited to cover other early access games, and I am open to taking requests. I have other reviews planned, but once I'm done I'm thinking Turbo Overkill, and man is it fun. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. If you have any thoughts, please leave a comment, or if you found potential in me and what I can produce, please subscribe. Once more, thank you all, and have a good one.